This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 7, 2022. And in the news for this afternoon, 2 bike taxi operators in Hanover hospitalized after gun attack. 2 bike taxi operators are now nursing gunshot wounds in hospital after coming under an attack at an establishment in Orange Bay, Hanover on Sunday morning. The men, ages 22 and 42, who are from the community of Logwood, are in serious but stable conditions. The shooting happened around 12:15 a.m. It is reported that the men were among persons at the establishment when they were pounced upon by 2 men armed with handguns who opened fire. Both men were hit and their attackers fled on foot into the area. The police were called to the scene and the injured men were taken to hospital. Portland gets first cruise call in 9 months. The resort town of Port Antonio received its first cruise vessel since February as Stephen Seas Navigator docked at the Kenwright Pier with a little over 500 passengers last Friday. The arrival of the cruise ship was a welcome sight for many tourism stakeholders, including craft traders and the Jamaica Union of Travelers Association members who were assigned to transport tourists to attractions including Rio Grande rafting and the Craft Village. Neville Green, a JUTA member, told the news that the arrival of the cruise ship paved the way for the industry players to earn from their livelihoods, but also provided them with the opportunity of interacting with the travelers. But some Portlanders who were privy to the ship's schedule and had earlier expressed skepticism about the garbage crisis were heartened that the National Solid Waste Management Authority conducted a 4-day cleanup involving private truck operators. Huge pileups of garbage have been choking parishes with NSWMA's fleet below capacity, mainly because some trucks reportedly developed mechanical problems. Meanwhile, some craft vendors who were assigned tents near the entrance to the Kenwright Pier appeared happy about the ship's arrival. The residents argue that business had taken a nosedive since the onset of COVID-19 in 2020, which sparked a shutdown of the country's tourism sector. 7 Seas Navigator docked at the Kenwright Pier in Port Antonio shortly after 7:30 a.m. on Friday and set sail shortly after 12 p.m. Security guard restive over delay in change of employment status. Some industrial security guards are restive over the delay to have their employment status regularized, moving from independent contractor to employee. In September, in a case brought against the security firm Marksman, the Supreme Court ruled that the security guards were not independent contractors, but were indeed employees of the company. Since the ruling, security guards have been clamoring for the upgrade in their positions to take effect. Lieutenant Commander George Overton, president of the Jamaica Society for Industrial Security, told the news that discussions are underway for the transition to take place. While acknowledging the merit of the security guards' case, Commander Overton is urging them to be patient as the process of transition continues. Gunmen shoot up candlelight vigil. Explosions reportedly echoed across sections of the West Kingston Police Division last night, climaxing with 2 people nursing gunshot wounds after armed men shot up a candlelight vigil. Blood-spent casings, broken bottles, and abandoned footwear at the scene told the tale of the attack, which occurred at Lincoln Avenue and the Texton Road 4-way intersection. Reports of the press time are that 2 people were injured in the drive-by attack, which occurred just before 8 p.m. Residents said the vigil was being held for a security guard from the community who was found dead sometime last week. Reports are that the gunman fired indiscriminately at the crowd. Police and military personnel converged on the scene, seemingly frustrated with the level of violence plaguing the Lincoln Avenue area over the past days. When the news team arrived at the scene, a policeman was venting on his personal cell phone to a colleague. "A shooting go on Lincoln Road and Texton Lane, but me no put it over the police radio," the officer said in disgust. Slain water leaves big shoes to fill. Elon Higgins, overseer of the Horizon Adult Remand Center, called Sunday for investigators to double their efforts to arrest the perpetrators who killed the correctional officer Shannon Briscoe 3 months ago. Briscoe, 38, went missing on August 11 after last being seen en route to Halfway Tree and the Seaview Gardens. His corpse was discovered 2 days later in a gully in Seaview Gardens, St. Andrew. It is believed that Briscoe was moonlighting as a taxi operator at the time of his death. Briscoe's car was found in Trenchtown and his bank card in an ATM in downtown Kingston on August 12. Described Briscoe as a disciplined and faultless, Higgins emphasized that it was critical to give the family closure. Those who have taken his life must pay for the consequences, Higgins said in a tribute on behalf of the Department of Correctional Services at a Thanksgiving service at New Haven Seventh-day Adventist Church in St. Andrew. He also recalled how Briscoe impressed him with an evangelical service the first morning he took charge for a morning devotion with the prisoners. Briscoe joined the DCS in 2020 and was, said Higgins, the first from his batch to be given specialized duties. Briscoe was not an ordinary young officer. He touched lives, Higgins said. Higgins recalled how he threatened to dismantle the division of which Briscoe was part, but Briscoe and other staff went to his office seeking clarity. Briscoe begged him not to take action and self-appointedly took charge of the situation. Within weeks, I saw changes by the division, Higgins said. Today, that division is better off because of Briscoe. Someone should step from that division too and step in Briscoe's shoes, Higgins said. Sunday's atmosphere inside the church was somber as mourners gathered to pay their last respects to the Christian devotee they said was not worthy of a premature death. The body of Briscoe laid in his gray correctional officer uniform and cap in a blue and white coffin draped with the Jamaican flag. In tribute, Lorraine Harris, Briscoe's church sister at the nearby Riverton Meadows Seventh-day Adventist Church, recalled recently when she and her husband had a flat tire and David, which some persons affectionately called Briscoe, came to their assistance within an hour. The Wednesday night before his passing, he was preaching a sermon that encouraged us to give glory to God. When I think of David, the other 3 attributes on the list are his love for God, his devotion to provide for his daughters, and his jovial personality, she said. His favorite song, Be Magnified, was performed at the funeral by his daughters Jada and Shantasia. Harris also recalled how Briscoe worked hard to provide for his daughters, had a pleasant and warm embracing smile, and found his niche in calmly witnessing for Jesus. Briscoe was also remembered by others as a mentor. A powerful recorded prayer delivered by Briscoe was replayed at the service, drawing tears to some mourners as they heard his voice again. Briscoe was born to Angela and Basil Briscoe on December 8, 1983. He attended Vere Technical High School in Maypen and migrated to Kingston immediately after completing his secondary education. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.